Hi guys, this is Tina. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm just here making some more ephemera for our folio, and I thought that I would just switch the camera on and just bring you guys along with me. I hope I'm going to have a bit more of a successful day than the last video. For me it's the same day, for you it's going to be a different day. So let's hope it's not just for you guys, you know, different day, same story. So what I have just made is just one of those little sort of envelope booklets. Just tucked a little journaling card in the pocket, and I just need to now pop another one in the other pocket. So I'm just having a look through my little folder here beside me, just seeing what I've got that might look good with the, you know, the colours that we've been using in the folio. So let's see, what have I got? Oh well, this isn't good, is it? This is the first few seconds of the video starting, and already I'm now floundering around wondering what to put in the pocket. Okay. Oh well, I can come back to that pocket and fill it in a minute. So that's another piece, you know, done and ready. So again, I've got some more of those, you know, the Hampstead Heath not pictures, printables, and I've got my ephemera folder, not ephemera folder, sorry, ephemera box there. And then I've also got some bits and pieces that we've made during our mass making, which I thought, well, these would be, you know, handy because they're going to be quick and easy things to actually just decorate up and then, you know, incorporate into the folio. So let's go for one of those, I think, because, you know, it's kind of partially done. So this is obviously using those Roses Are Red papers, which is quite handy. And it's just one of those Joey DeFee pockets. So I'm just going to decorate it up a bit with some of the papers that I've got here. So just tear that down a bit so we don't have the white of the inside showing. So we can just pop that down on there. Just tear it down a little bit further. That's it. So we'll just pop that one down. So I hope everyone's having a good day. Hope you're getting some crafting done. What projects are you working on at the moment? I'd love to hear below. Or are you a bit like me and have just tons of half finished projects that are just all on the go together? And that's just never a good thing, is it? I'm not quite sure, I know I've said this before, I'm not quite sure when that sort of happened for me, but suddenly I went from literally working on things, you know, one at a time in quite a, you know, methodical way, to suddenly, before I knew it, I was working on kind of loads of things at the same time, which, I mean, that's just not great, is it? Because of course it does create a lot of mess apart from anything else, which, you know, we all struggle with a little bit anyway. So it's probably not the best way to actually work, is it? Doing anything that creates any extra mess. Now I've got this little rose here, and I'm just wondering whether, well, perhaps I'll try and fussy tear it like that. Okie dokie. Like that. Okay. So I'm hoping to do another glue book soon. I have bought a couple of books from the, you know, the thrift shop that would lend themselves to, you know, the similar style of glue book journal that I did a few weeks back, or a few months back now. Because lots of you said that you would like to see more of those, and I did kind of say in the comments, it was just a case of finding the right sort of books, really, because you know, not everything is going to obviously be great for using. So it was just really a case of trying to find the, you know, suitable books. So yeah, I've finally found a couple that I think would be nice. I'm just going to pull in my, this is my coin album, because I thought actually I maybe would quite like a couple of my frames. I don't know whether I've got any. Aha, yep. Yeah, I have just been looking around to find the right book, and it is hard to, you know, sometimes get the exact right thing. And, you know, I couldn't really explain what is or isn't the right thing. But when I come to start them, I will try and remember to come on and actually show you guys the books that I'm using. Again, I probably won't be able to explain why I deem them as being quite right for the glue books, but you know, hopefully when we look at them together, it will kind of, you know, become apparent why I have chosen those particular books. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to doing that because I really had a lot of fun making that glue book journal. So it was, you know, really good fun to work on. And it's so nice sometimes to just do something completely different. And, you know, I mean, I always do say, you know, there's no rules with a junk journal, which is why they're so fun and so awesome anyway. But I think those glue book journals, they're even more, or even less restrictive, perhaps I should say. You know, they have even less room for rules. You know, they literally, anything at all kind of would go. And, you know, that's just so fun because, I mean, we live in a world where, of course, you know, most things there are rules and, you know, it's just a little bit boring, isn't it, sometimes? So it's nice to be able to just stretch yourself and, you know, work without boundaries. So, yeah, hopefully a lot of you might create one sort of with me. As I say, I mean, I've literally just bought the book, so I'm not quite sure when it will be, you know, when I'll get around to doing it, but it's on my list of things to do quite soon. So hopefully not too far in the distant future. I mean, who knows? It might be the next video, for all I know. You know, I don't know about you guys, but we just have to kind of do what takes our fancy as the moment takes us. Because, you know, like you probably saw in the last video, trying to force myself to work on like this, for instance, when I just wasn't really feeling it, it's just sometimes not really worth it. You know, you're better off just going with the flow and working on what you are feeling at the time, because otherwise it doesn't really make for very satisfying craft, you know, session, does it? It's it feels restrictive, and of course that's what we're trying to get away from, is, you know, horrible sort of restrictive feelings, because nobody wants that, do they? So right, well, I quite like that, so I think that's a good start. Now, I had this little tag, which I was thinking, shall we actually have it hung from the pocket? So the pocket, this is, yeah, sorry, I think I did already say, a Joey DeFeet pocket. And so it's got this pocket in the top. But I'm thinking we could have this maybe just attached like with a brad or something. Might be quite nice. So let's just glue this on like that. And to be honest, you know, as well, just because I'm making the ephemera here for that folio, when it comes to stuffing the folio, I might not necessarily use the things that I've created here, you know, because when I pull it in and have a look, you know, I might think, oh, what was I thinking on that day? You know, that doesn't look right with that at all. So again, just, you know, be a bit, you know, kind to yourself and open-minded. Just because you've created something for a purpose, if then when you come to use it, you're not feeling it, it's fine. Don't go for it. You know, don't use that. Because you can use things, you know, you can use those things in another project another time. They're not going to go to waste. You know, they will come in handy later on down the line. Right, I'm thinking we're going to use this pink label just in half, like that. Just on that tag. Okay. There we go, and just mop that up a little bit. And pull that back in. Now, brad or an eyelet? Brad or eyelet? That's the question here. Now, got these brads, which I have been sorting recently, but probably, you know, I doubt you're very aware of that yet. So I've got these here. I've got this little flower one, which is kind of sweet, isn't it? Wonder if we could ink that up and, you know, vintage it up a little bit. Let me just see if that's going to stay inked, or whether it will just wipe straight off. It didn't really stay inked. So let's go over it again. Maybe. Well, that's a bit better. I'm not sure now about the flower. Oops, nearly lost it. Now, I'm just wondering, it's got little legs on the back. I wonder if I can just pull them off, because they're only thin metal. So let me try and get them off. I could cut them off, but I'm hoping that they're just going to sort of pull off, you know, where they're just attached with some glue. Oh, come on. And of course they're not going to. This is just winging it. Obviously, this is completely unplanned. So, yep, don't try things unplanned on videos. This is probably how to do it. Oh, right, okay. Right, so that's what I didn't really want. I thought maybe I was going to be able to get it off, but no. Right, so now I have obviously that lumpy bit. Let me see if I can get rid of it with my little metal doobry things. Oh gosh, can I get, no, I can't clasp that at all. Oh my gosh, I am making such a hash of this. Can I pull that off? No. Ouch. Right, so again, I probably wouldn't really advise doing this. But, right, let me have a look. Just get another one and see whether, you know, when the legs were long, whether I would be able to pull it off then. So, let's put another one in. I have got a final plan for this. I'm not just doing this willy-nilly. Well, I guess I am, but yeah, I do loosely have a plan in my mind for this. Now, this is going to not really work, but we'll just try. Come on. Oh, they are really stuck on there. I guess they're like soldered on or something. Nope. That does not want to come off at all. Come on. Would you believe it? I mean, the joke of it is, if I didn't want them to come off, they'd be dropping off, wouldn't they? Oh, that's actually even worse than the other one, would you believe? Right. Obviously, as you can tell, I am not any sort of jewellery maker or anything. So very inexperienced with these kinds of things. And I'm sure lots of you do make jewellery and probably have some really great ideas for how I could get around this. I mean, I'm kind of wondering whether I could glue those together. But obviously they're just going to, you know, lock on those little wobbly bits. No, I don't think that's going to work. Oh, that's a shame, because what I was going to do was obviously hopefully take the legs off and then just have a little eyelet holding that in. I wonder whether I could sand that off. We'll try. And then I promise I'll stop mucking about with this. If this doesn't work quickly, then I won't muck about with this anymore. Oh. I wonder whether I could rub it onto there. No. Oh, this is not very fun, is it? No. No. Right, okay. Going to give up with that particular idea because that was just rubbish and not working at all. Right. Okay, plan B. Plan B is obviously I'm going to get an eyelet instead. So bear with me while I just grab an eyelet from my little stash behind me. Okay, right. And then I'm just going to sort of eyelet that in there. So again, let me just get my crocodile now. And what I'm going to do is just you know, crocodile through both. So hopefully the tag and the oops, that's not going to work very well. Hold on. Sorry, I know I'm completely off camera, but I'm obviously trying to check that that's in the center of that tag, and I can't really see it. Oh, I'm gonna go for it and hope for the best. It's probably not. Oh, not too bad. Not too bad, thank goodness. Right, got there in the end. I'm going to just put one of those little hole reinforcers down. Like that. And then we're just going to put that eyelet in there. And this is of course where I'm not going to be able to now clamp the eyelet shut, because I'm not great with the eyelets anyway, but let's see. Yay! I did it. Right, okay. That was a long time getting there, wasn't it? And nothing particularly exciting, but you know. Right, it just adds a bit more interest, doesn't it? So hang that off there like that. We haven't got any lace so far on that pocket, so we might want to add a bit of lace. Let's have a look and see what lace we've got. Just pulling in a little bit from the desk. So again, let's just trim that down. Just rough it up a little bit. So, I mean, we could just have like a little rough piece there. So I'll just trim that off. That's quite nice, I think. Just like that on the corner. I think that looks good. Let's just maybe, you know, trim this little edge off. So, oops, come on. Right, put that down like that. Okay, right. Okay, right, just going to pop a little bit of glue here. Otherwise it's a little bit flapping around, you know, on that corner. I mean, not that it's going anywhere as such, but I'm not over keen on that sort of flapping type thing. Now, do we want any lace on the little tag? No, I think that's probably enough, to be honest. Across there or there. Could have some there, I suppose. That's probably a little bit too monstrous, that piece. So let me just pull in my smaller, you know, thinner lace. Let's have a look. See whether, oh, that's quite nice. Yeah, I quite like that. So I'm just going to, actually I'm going to trim this down, just sort of cut it so as I get that rugged edge again, like that. Okay. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's such a cute pocket, isn't it? Yeah, I love how that looks. So again, obviously we're now going to need to make things to put. We need something for in here, we need something for in here, and then we need something for in here. I mean, that's the only thing. When you make these pockets and it seems like, oh wow, I've got all those brilliant pockets, you do then have to obviously fill them. So I always think actually nothing's ever quite as good as it first seems, is it? Because although they're lovely to have all those different pockets, it's just more work really, because then you're just making even more things, trying to fill your pockets. But just inking up a bit of that white, because I wasn't so keen on it looking really bright white. There we go. Just looks a little bit better. Okay, so that's another one. Pop that down on the floor beside me. I'm just kind of collecting things up on the floor really. So let's see what else we've got. So I've got here a tag base. So let's again just, you know, make a little tag. So I might just again pull in this paper, because obviously I've already torn this a little bit, so it's good to work with what's already been, you know, worked with a little bit. Trying to cut down a little bit on the scraps, just a tiny bit, trying to cut down just a tiny bit on the scraps. Okay, so that's that. And what should we have as some background paper? Again, just having a quick look on the desk. Now, what I really should have done was printed off some more of the Edwardian Emporium. It's so annoying because I'm pretty sure that I have got some somewhere, and goodness only knows where now. So let's use the rest of this. I mean, I just love it when you can actually just use, you know, some of the bits that we've used previously. So for me, this just kind of is sat there, so it just makes perfect sense to actually use it, doesn't it? Right, do we want it like that? Let me just pull it down a bit. We could have it, I guess, on that side, and then we have a bit more of that scripty effect showing. So I'm going to put it like that, I think. So, oops, sorry, I just knocked my hot glue gun. So like that. Okay. And of course, you know, I can trim that down then in a minute, and just spread that. Our lady, gonna have her here. Now I'm just wondering whether we could have the frame somewhere. Maybe down there, it's quite nice. Right, let's ink this tag up. I'm just going to ink it up sort of separately. So I'm going to ink a little bit here, and then I'm going to ink that lady separately. So, oh, the white on the back. I didn't realise it had white on the back. It's very bright, isn't it? When you turn it over and you're expecting sort of buff coloured card, or, you know, the craft coloured card, or coffee dyed paper, and then you turn it over and it's white. It's just unexpected sometimes, and you think, oh, that was a surprise to see white there. Okay, so let's just ink her up a little bit. Okie dokie. I can put her there. Okay. Right. So she is on there now. And then, do we want the frame? I quite like the frame, to be fair. Do we want any numbers or anything? Let's have a look. Well, that's quite a nice number, actually. I don't know why. I did not think that would go there, but actually it looks quite nice. Because then it keeps the whole tag really quite neutrally coloured. Let me move that right out of the way. That ephemera box. I hope it doesn't slide off. It's just balanced on my little trolley beside me. And we'll just then pop the... Oh no, that's the door. Hang on a moment. Sorry about that. My husband had just taken my daughter to the park, so that was them home. So she's probably going to run up in a minute. I'm here, sweetheart. I'm just in a video, darling. So I'm just thinking, might just have that like that as a tab. I'm just in a video, sweetheart. Did you have a nice time?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Can we,
Yeah. When we finish, because we're going to meet up with one of her friends and her mum soon, so you're wondering when that is, aren't you? very soon. Okay, Mummy's just finishing here, and then it will be almost time to go.
I'm so hot.
It's very hot, isn't it? It's very hot up here too, isn't it? It's very, what we call muggy.
My back's sweating.
Oh, lovely. Her back's sweating. So if you wanted to know that. Okay, and just having a look through my little pot of flowers here to see whether they've got anything that might look quite nice. They're quite nice on there. So let me just ink these up. Yeah, they're quite nice. They're not what I had, you know, planned in my head actually, but they do look quite nice. So yeah, I think I'm going to have those. Or, sorry, these were the ones that I was actually looking for. Perhaps these are better. So let me just ink these up. And then I might just chop these down so they're separate. Yeah, I quite like it like that, I think. So sorry about the noise, guys. I've had to open the window because it's just so hot up here. So yeah, I do apologise. But it was getting a bit too warm, so I had no choice, I'm afraid, but to open the window. Oh, I'm trying to now find, I had some flat back pearls, and now where on earth did I put them?
And when we went there, we had ice cream.
You had an ice cream? Wow, you are so lucky. Oh, I still can't find... Oh, here we go. It's under my mat, so sorry if I jogged to the table there. Just got my pearl out. Right, so I'm going to just stick this with my hot glue. Like that. Okay, and then we're just going to stick the flat back pearl on. Okay. Oops, the pearls come off now onto my wipe. So, oh my gosh, now it's like covered in fluff. Uh-oh, right. I'm hoping that there's another flat back pearl under here as well, because I had a few this morning. No, there's not. Would you believe there's not? Oh, what did I do with those? Not sure now. Wonder if I could use one of these instead. These are my flat back gems, and they were self-adhesive, but as soon as you bought them, they were like falling off of the backing. So they're now all just literally stuck together. A bit rubbish really, but I mean, they're quite pretty to use, but they're rubbish, you know, in terms of storing them. They don't want to, well, they're just, yeah, rubbish. You know, they certainly don't stay stuck on that cellophane that they're supposed to be stuck on. So they're a bit diabolical from that point of view. There we go. So that's that tag. So that's a pretty one, isn't it? Okie dokie. Let's pop that down to the side. Now, again, I have lost track of how long I've been filming for, because obviously where I opened, or went down, you know, to open the door. Right, let's put that down out the way. So have we got time for one more quick piece? Now, what's it going to be? That's the question. What are we going to make? Just having a look through my papers and things and seeing what, you know, what would be a good thing to make now. Oh, decisions. What are we going to make? I'm just pulling this in. What should we make? because this is just on copy paper, so I might make one of those little foldy pockets, I think. We'll just fold that. Let's have it folded in this way. Okay, like that. And then we're just going to fold these bits in like this. Okay, I'm just going to now glue that down so as it's stuck. And we've got that one. And then just this one. Yeah, we're going to a different park. You know, they're just play parks. I don't mean like a big, you know, walking park or anything, but just play parks. With another one of her little friends in a minute, and her mum, you know, who's my friend. So that will be nice, except it's so warm. I'm not sure we'll be over there that long. Because, you know, we'll all be like boiling. Literally boiling. Right, let's have a look. Just wondering whether we could have this. No, I don't think I've got enough left. That's annoying. Let's take that down a bit. Right, just about got enough for that side. I haven't got enough for this side, so let's just see what else I've got laying about on my desk. And what about laying in my little scrap paper pile? Okay. No, nothing colour-wise that would be good. Right, I think what I'll do, I'm going to just go for this one first, because then, you know, that's one side done. So just tear this down and glue this in on one side, and at least we've got one side done. Okay, and just around the edge. So again, I have done a tutorial of these, which you may like to check out if you haven't seen these in sort of slower time. There is a tutorial on my playlists of pockets tutorials, so you may like to go over and have a look at that. And I think we also, again, we did these in a mass make, so you know, there's also a mass make of this in which we made obviously several. So if you like to see things done a few times over, you may want to head over and, you know, look at that one instead, because sometimes it is handy to see things done a few times, isn't it? I think seeing it just once, you know, I know for me it doesn't necessarily, you know, go in of what I actually need to do, and when I come to then do it, I can't necessarily work out what I'm supposed to be doing. So sometimes it's nice to see things a few times over, isn't it? Right, so we've got that one on there, and I'm just having a look what to put on the, you know, this side. Again, just seeing whether I've got enough. Oh, isn't that annoying? That is annoying. Now I wonder what that's going to look like if I had that there. I don't want it to look like, you know, half a lady. Let's just check. Not too bad, actually. Let me just cut that a bit further down. Yeah, that's fine, because you can't really see that that's a lady that I've cut off of there, so that's okay. And I'm just going to take that in slightly. I mean, again, I'm being very sloppy with my methods here. I've not even used scissors for any of this. I've just been really shoddy. So yeah, let's actually use a pair of scissors there. Terrible crafting methods, honestly. I think it's the heat is getting to me. Okay. Just pop that down. Like that. Press that down. Oops. I don't think I'm quite at the edge. Oh my gosh, I'm making a hideous job of sticking this now. Don't know about cutting it, but sticking it seems beyond my capabilities now. It's just moving around. Right, and then all I'm going to do is bring this up and fold it in. So just want to pop glue either side of that fold, and then just a little dab of glue here on either, you know, what would be essentially the pockets, and then just fold that up like that. Okay, and just press that in. Okie dokie. Right, so we now have a little booklet. Looking good. Just press that down. So just need to trim up slightly here where it's just overhanging slightly. Okay. Yep. And then obviously you can go around and just ink that little booklet. So just ink all around. Like that. Again, I mean, I probably should have left this to dry, to be fair, because, you know, probably would have worked out a bit neater, but, you know, you just can't really do that when you're doing a video, can you? So sometimes you just have to go for it anyway, which, you know, it's fine. It looks fine. So that's that. And then on the very front of that, I think what I'm going to do is put a sort of vintagey picture. I want her maybe. So these are all vintage, whoops, images from my vintage ephemera pack. Let's just have a look. Oh, again, it just seems beyond me now to even choose that. Why are decisions so difficult sometimes? Sometimes I just think, you know, we have all this craft stuff and we just never have quite the thing that we really, really would like. And I don't even know what that thing is. But, you know, sometimes you look at things and you just think, it's not that. Do I want to go for one of those? That's the question. Or shall I just bring in like this and have that on there? I think maybe I quite like that actually. What I really would like is my Edwardian Emporium papers. So I may even just leave this for decorating until I've actually printed off some more of those. Because it's one of those types of things that I will go for something else and then I'll forevermore be wishing that I'd waited. So yeah, I think I'm going to decorate it up when I've printed some more of those. So that's probably it, I think, for today. So we've obviously done the tag and the pocket. And yeah, we'll come back and do some more, or, you know, I'll do some in slow time and be back obviously with the flip through. So, but I hope that you like how the folio and the ephemera is all coming along so far, and hopefully you'll join me again soon. Thanks then. Bye.